Good morning. I'm Jill Ely, Director of Missions and Life Groups at Bidwell, Presbyterian Church. What's your first reaction to this word? Love. Not in love, just love. A lot has been said about love. For example, all you need is love, the Beatles. What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? Tina Turner. Then, of course, there is a movie quote, love means never having to say you're sorry. But what does Jesus say? Well, many things, but here are a few. Love your enemies, love one another, love just as I have loved you, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. Love your neighbors as yourself. He does not leave anybody out in his commands for us to love. And then what about Paul? Paul's description of love brings us to our memory verse today. In this verse, Paul lists the attributes of someone who is able to love well. This is from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. From Galatians, we know that love is a fruit of the Spirit, so it isn't something we need to create, it is something we need to draw upon. According to Dallas Willard, Paul is not saying that we are to be patient, kind, and humble, and so forth, but that love itself is patient, kind, humble, etc. Dallas Willard tells us that Paul understood the fallacy of those who say, I just can't love so-and-so, and there they stop and give up on love. He knew that they were working at the wrong level. They should not try to love that person, but try to become the kind of person who would love them. Only then can the ideal of love pass into a real possibility in practice. Our aim under love is not to be loving to this or that person or in this or that kind of situation, but to be a person possessed by love as an overall character of life. Whatever is or is not going on, then the occasions that crop up can be met with that overall character. In other words, he says, do not come to an enemy and then try to love them. Come to them as a loving person. He goes on to say that love is a disposition or a character, to a readiness to act in a certain way under certain conditions. It is not an action or a feeling or an emotion, nor indeed an intention. It is a condition of the will. It is not something we choose to do, but what we choose to be. So we pursue God, and the rest takes care of itself. Opportunities to pour out the gift of love can show up in all sorts of situations, like when we let someone merge or go in front of us when it's not their turn, or when we look the cashier in the eye and give her a compliment, or when we react kindly to someone who doesn't deserve it. So I propose that together we ask God to make us loving people through the power of His Spirit, so that the attributes that Paul lists will be at work in each of us today. Amen.